Today I'm going to do a presentation on drug testing for welfare recipients and applicants. As with most crime classifications such as felonies, some misdemeanors are prohibited from welfare assistance already. Fraud is considered a crime, as with drugs are a crime as well. Fraud is considered a crime, so if you're abusing the system because of not honestly reporting available money that is being used to purchase drugs is a fraud, as well as neglecting and abusing the system. I was talking to one of my coworkers a few days ago, because we were talking about my presentation, and I had told him what my presentation was about, so we got to talking and about my topic, and we were discussing that most welfare recipients and applicants could do without the assistance. For example, if they're capable of working, if they're capable of walking, going to meet to purchase drugs, as well as saying they don't know what to do with themselves during the day, is also fighting the system. These of whom are physically, mentally, and capable of working, rather than stealing from recipients and applicants who are not physically and mentally capable of providing income for themselves and can't to use that income for necessities and what they may need in groceries or a little bit of cash assistance. Leaving that said, drug testing for welfare recipients and applicants should be done upon applying, even rather than just throughout periodically throughout random drug testing. I think that they should be done at the time of applications. Because of that being said, and why I think that this should be done during application processing time is because if we think about it, when we go to a job interview during the hiring and process, you would have, most places you have to do a pre-employment drug screening. So honestly, I don't know what the difference would be between the two. I think that if employers need to do it, then it's probably not a bad idea that assistants also have to do it. I say this because applicants and recipients who receive assistance, it's a privilege, and it's for honest people and people who with disabilities incapable of caring for themselves. In some cases, you got people who do work but may fall short and need assistance. They also should still be randomly drug tested and drug tested at the beginning of the application. Um, but for ones that do nothing but sit and do drugs all day, um, that costs the government more money than the ones who um, do need the assistance. For the government to provide for people that are truly in need, it costs more money to provide for the ones who are in need, because we're taking the ones who don't need it, that are falling through the system, and getting it. Which leaves people needing emergency assistance unavailable to receive that assistance. I had fallen into that here a while back ago. It was in July. I was off of work for like three and a half months. I applied for the emergency assistance and I didn't get it. So, but I was honest and I turned everything in, and I had employment, I had income for the 3 months prior to needing the assistance. I say 3 months prior to needing the assistance, it's because they went back 3 months as far as income check, which I think is stupid, but again, that's one way they keep control of what's going on. So therefore, as you can tell, I did not get the assistance. If we think about this, it is required to do drug screen prior to employment. So what difference would it be to require prior drug screen for assistance? If capable people cannot take responsibility of working, then why should the government and us who are working and paying our taxes into this, why should we provide for others' habits and the lack of their lack of responsibility? If there's money available for illegal activities and drugs to be bought, then it proves that there is money. There's money available for them to provide for their basic needs and groceries. That they would receive. As with required random drug testing, I think that they should do that as well, because they may be clean for just a short time, long enough to get past that part, the random drug screen, or the previous drug screen, but then they could go right back to it. Oh, I've got through the system and I'm good, so I'm gonna start it back up. Now the question about the requirements, or the consequences, that should come with negative results. Should there be a step taken if tests come back positive? The same as if someone were on probation and failed a drug test, it was required to be reported. So therefore, it should probably be reported to local authorities. Along with assistance their assistance should be immediately dropped, losing eligibility as with the probation requirements, restitution. So the restitution, they should be appointed to pay back what they've gotten in assistance. So that's, it's all the same requirements. Pre-employment requirements should follow the same as this should follow under the same as pre-employment requirements because it's pre-assistance requirements.